Hello, good morning students. In previous class we have seen that introduction of distribution in the power system planning. Always the planning needs economical and stable system. In the same manner in power system planning we are studying different concepts. Now the model number 4 gives distribution planning. Before going to the distribution, actually in India we depends on integrated power system. In such a system, power generation, transmission and distribution are interrelated, or it is maintained by power sector of central government under the operation of central grid operation. But as the world scenario is changing in the power system planning, instead of going for integrated model, we have to go for decentralized model. In such a system, generation is separate, distribution is separate, transmission sectors are separate. Hence, under the certain rules, private participation is encouraged. Totally, it should tending towards the design of market structure. In that, we have to plan, that power system engineer have to plan by considering these valuable inputs. In this respect, we have to discuss one more concept, criteria and standards. These criteria and standards are parameters, are critical parameters which are required to select a particular design system. It will act as a one of the tool, decision making tool to finalize the distribution system. Hence, before going to the finalized system, we have to compare the alternating designs with certain evaluation process. Hence, final decision or choice of distribution system. It is mainly well known, always planning should be economical. In the same point, the distribution planning should be also an economical. At the same time, it should also satisfy various criteria and standards and different parameters. In this, first one comes security and second one reliability. Always the transmission, distribution and generation, entire power system should follow these two parameters. One, security is required, another one is reliability is required as per concerned utility point and consumer point of view. For each applications in distribution systems used, it may be 230 volts, 450 volts, L1 kV, 22 kV up to 220 kV as per different capacity levels. What are the equipments are used? Conductors, insulators and lightning arresters, transformers, switchgears, which are used in the switchgear distribution system are must be standard. Under first point of security, we have to discuss again sub points. Under the security, point number 1, in industrial cities, an alternative sources of supply are to be required by using the design of open ring distribution system or closed ring distribution system of voltage levels 33 kV to 220 kV, which are the levels, voltage levels are used in distribution systems. Point number 2, the distribution system for historical buildings, the distribution system should be used of underground level, underground type instead of overhead transmission system. Third point, it is one important, already existing substations are there in neighboring substations. Along with these neighboring substations, one mobile station is designed. This mobile station will take extra care when these existing substations are failed to provide the reliable service, then mobile service will become active. In future design, such consideration is also one of the important to give continuous electricity to the consumer even though abnormal conditions may occur. Another important point is reactive compensation. It is well known fact that in AC distribution systems always the load is inductive in nature. Either you take the AC motors, either you take the arc furnaces, either you take the transformers. Hence, reactive compensation becomes an important concept to maintain the voltage profile. This reactive compensation must be provided at consumer side at load point, that should be provided at low voltage side L1 kV, 33 kV or 66 kV. If you are not providing the suitable reactive power compensation, then problems will arise in large voltage fluctuations that may cause increase in voltage regulation value. That means larger fluctuations will occur. Increase in losses, that is another important criteria. These increase in losses will also cause insulation problems due to increase in temperature of the line. These are the problems occurring due to the excessive reactive drop. Last one, to overcome these difficulties, the government or supply authority has taken a step. 0.92 power factor is made mandatory. Hence, the consumer should maintain their power factor 0.92, it is compulsory. If the consumers operates or industry operates less than 0.92 power factor, then heavy fine should be putted on particular industry. This has been made in industry only. This has been made for industry only for utility under the guidance of rules. Hence, the industries are to be maintained minimum this power factor to overcome the fining. Then next important criteria point comes standards. What is the standard of voltage levels or frequency levels are available at consumer point? If the utility supplies the power, they are responsible to maintain this voltage level. Otherwise, the consumer devices or electronic devices are going to affect from the supply voltage. That is, quality of supply should be required from distribution of authorities. Point number 1, as per Indian standards and Central Electricity Authority of Regulation 2007, supplier shall not permit the deviation in voltage of supply. Some minimum voltage fluctuations may be expected, but it should be under control. More than this value, then the distribution system should be responsibility what the equipments are going to affect on consumer side. Number 1, low and medium voltage conditions. It should not be more than 6% fluctuation of voltage. In similarly high voltage conditions, more than 6% on HV side and more than less than 9% on LV side. If extra high voltage lines are there, 10% is expected on HV side, 12.5% is expected on LV side. These are the standards. That means due to any practical problems, fluctuations may occur, but these are to be under certain range. If above these values occurs, then it is problem to consumers appliances. Point B, fixed capacitors will be installed on pole mounted distribution transformers as per sizes as shown below. If the transformer is 25 kVA, then 9 kVAr installation should be done. If capacitor of 63 kVA, standard value of capacitor installation 27 kVR. If distribution transformer is 100 kVA, then 36 kVR of capacitor installations are to be done. Point 3. Total harmonics distortion. It should be expected within 5%. These are all standard values where the distribution authority should maintain, which should not disturb the consumers' electricity and their appliances. Thank you to one and all.